Welcome back, everybody. And for newbies, welcome to the channel. Hope you get something useful or educational or entertaining or something from this. And what this is today is going to be talking about what I think are the safest crypto. So I'm going to name a couple by name, but the bigger thing I want to do today is explain what types of crypto are safest and more so what to look for in them. Right. So, real quick, what I'm going to define as a safe crypto for this is ones that are the closest to guaranteed profits. Right. So, pretty much the more safety it is, the less risk, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure by definition that's true, right? So with less risk usually means less potential reward. Not saying that none of the coins or the types or narratives I'm going to talk about today can't 10x or 20x or 30x, but the safest ones are guaranteed or more guaranteed to move up, and they generally move up first. But we can maybe call it the low anxiety coins, the ones that we know or can bet as much as we can or as much as we can perceive is going to go up. Like, I'm pretty sure everyone that's at least in the crypto space believes that Bitcoin over time is going to go up. Right? It's going to go down, it's going to go up, it's going to go down again. But overall, I'm pretty sure we're all on the same page. It's going to go up. If you disagree, put it in the comments below. Love to hear a valid argument on that. Right? And that's the least anxiety ridden crypto, right? But there's a lot of other ones that are more likely to do that compared to others. And that's what I'm going to hit today. So let's kind of just jump right into it. And as always, put comments, questions, feedback, yell at me, whatever, down in the comment section below. I overall enjoy it. All right, let's finish up a couple quick ground rules on this, shall we? So when I'm saying safety or low anxiety crypto, I just mean it's got a much lower risk of losing money long term. Do you realize you can lose money on any crypto? One, any crypto technically can go to zero, right? They're better and higher or lesser chances of certain ones, but in all reality, any of them can. Right? Two, when you buy and sell is actually what matters in terms of what profits you make, right? I need to clarify this because some of the crypto that I'm going to consider safe, you might be like, I lost a bunch of money on that coin. Well, when did you buy and when did you sell? Right. So, like uh, Solana, I think we'll talk about that one, I'm sure. That's a relatively safe coin, at least for now in the bull run. Right? I'm confident, and I think most people are, that it's going to go up in the next 9 months. Right? It might go down a little bit first, but again, kind of like Bitcoin, I bet most people would say, yes, Solana's going to go up. Or there's others that I might be like, I should go up. If all crypto go up, it will go up, right? And maybe that's the best argument. All crypto will go up. Okay, but which ones are you going to put most of your wealth into? Because if that's true in terms they're all equal, we'd all just buy random coins. That's not the case, is it? So first thing I want to hit is market cap size. Right? A lot of us in crypto flock towards these micro caps, and I did when I first got into it. And one of the big lessons I've learned is I actually want less micro caps, specifically in the bear market. I've now kind of gotten the philosophy or belief that buying low cap coins in the bear market is useless. And if you guys did it, I'm not trying to talk shit on you. I did it too, just from what I have learned of how many times we've had these small market cap coins that have hit their bear market lows. I mean, it's happened several times for a lot of them versus the larger caps. Most of them have not gone back to their bear market lows in the last year. So there's a definite amount of safety when it comes to large market cap coins, and it's for two big reasons. One, there's more money into it. It takes a lot more outflows to make the price drop as much. Second is if it's a large market cap, more people know about it, which means there's more people that are going to buy it, more people that are going to be long-term holders for it, which stabilizes the price. Large caps are always going to be safer than small caps. And then we have narratives, right? And narratives also makes a huge impact, I believe. Um, we're expecting RWA to be a big narrative this cycle. By we, I mean the collective cryptoverse, right? We're expecting AI to be a huge narrative this cycle, but they might not be. We don't know. I will tell you ones that I'm much more confident in that are going to go up, and actually they're probably even going to go up first. And these coins I'm talking about is layer ones and dexes, or more of the sexes, centralized exchange, guys. Right? So layer ones, the reason why they're typically safer, and I want to say established layer ones, though in general, layer ones are safe, or but the established ones are the ones I'd say are very safe. Right? What I mean by established ones: Solana, Avalanche, Ethereum. At this point, I might even push like Sui into that category for this bull run. I think I do. I think I do. Um, Aptos I put into that category. They're ones that they have projects in. They're bringing in money. People use the darn thing, right? I don't care if they're the best technology. I don't care if they have the best partnerships. They're making money, and they have other projects underneath of them that's going to help build more money into it. And then maybe this is teasing, I don't know. But then you have ones like Supra. I like Supra, great tech. I like Caspa, great tech. They don't have too much projects really built in yet. They're new. So they're going to be relying much more on hype. And though I think they're great projects, I think they're both going to do very well. I'm not going to tell you they're nearly as safe or guaranteed to hold price action or steadily climb compared to Solana and Ethereum. It's just not as likely, right? So large established layer ones. You can throw Hedera into that mix. Hedera does everything. Why not call it a layer one, right? But those are usually going to be safer bets. Other one is dexes, specifically the main dexes on layer ones or exchanges, right? So that's what I'm talking, like Airdrome Finance for Base. It is the main dex on Base. The more people that use buy, sell, or anything on Base, Airdrome's going to come up from it. Awesome. That makes it a lot more safe, right? Or was it Radium on Solana, Trader Joe for Avalanche? Um, we can go Pancake Swap, all these swaps, not all of them, but that kind of stuff. They're a lot safer, specifically, again, the predominant dexes on layer ones. Usually very good crypto. The only thing you can really shit talk them about is, let's say, like Avalanche or Trader Joe's, like it's just not moving. Like, okay, I'm confident it will. And that's where timing and all this other stuff comes into play. So with the ones I've mentioned so far, something cool about them, or I think it's cool about them, is they're more likely to move first. And a lot of these have already made some pretty big movements, and they will again, right? And they'll probably have their second big push before most other coins and general narratives. You almost have to, right? Because I mean, even if other crypto, let's say Render comes out of nowhere and does well. Well, Render's on Solana. Solana is going to get an impact positively from that, right? And we can have examples for every layer one. So if you're buying into more layer ones or dexes, you're more likely to make profit sooner, or you can move them into the other plays anyway. And that's kind of what I plan on doing with certain ones. Hedera, I already did some. I'll do it again, I'm sure. Of when I have these larger cap, safer coins that ran their course, or as much as I'm willing to take it with, I'll move it then down to another tier. Maybe I'll move into another safe crypto. Avalanche that hasn't moved yet. Strong possibility for me on that one. Or I can move it into a riskier play so after I take some profits. So I feel good about myself and don't have to worry about going bankrupt. All right. So there's that positive, and I like that personally as a strategy. I've used it already. I'll continue to use it. It's done well for me. Take it as you will. Quick other generalized thing, guys, is just look at the top 200 coins. Granted, I still stick to layer ones indexes, or overall, if we have to pick, or if I have to pick, I'll say they're the safest. But really, anything in the top 200, and we can pick a little bit there. Like, you really think, is Fart Coin that safe? I mean, it appears to be, but God, freaking Fart Coin. Anyway, most of the top 200 usually be better because, again, there's just more liquidity in there. More people see them. More people are already buying, selling, and holding them. When you hear a lot of influencers, specifically the larger ones, talk about a coin consistently, that's your other sign. I heard a lot of people, I'm going to butcher the name every time, but Rob Paul, whatever. He talked about Sui a couple of times. I'm like, He's one of the biggest influencers in the space. I should probably look into this Sui thing. And it was a couple of days later. That's when it went up like 300%. I'm like, all right, I'm too late for the game, and I came out. That was my hint, though, when I hear someone that's got literally hundreds of thousands to millions of people listen to at least over a small period of time. Well, everyone's hearing it, right? So popularity makes crypto safe, I guess, is the point of it. And it can be good or bad to a certain point. Notoriety still is popularity, but when people are talking a lot about a crypto, even if it's not moving yet, specifically if they're talking in good light of it and it's not moving yet, there's a good chance it's going to. Before I close this off, I do have to point out that the price that you buy, as I insinuated earlier, also makes a difference, right? Because that's why I define what was safe, or what I considered safe in this case, which is it going to go up? Right. And most of these, I'm talking like a 2 to 5x, because I'm not going to say something's going to safely go up 10x, 20x, or 30x, not, especially in a certain time frame. Right. Bitcoin is going to go up several $100,000, but not this year. Right. So time frame and price that you're getting in at certainly make a difference. Something simple, right? Like my average of render is around 550, give or take. All right. And so a 5x, call it like $28. Okay, I think that's relatively safe. You can buy it right now, and the same price is considered a safe 8x, right? So timing certainly matters, guys. And this is why DCAing is so important, or can be a really good tool, is bringing that average down, to where either you can sell sooner or make more money by hitting at the same price target. Right. So again, that same example, if I can get my render down from a 550 average down to a $4 average, you see how many I can get so much more money from it just hitting the same price of $25, so to speak. You know, of roughly 4.5x versus a roughly 6.5x. It makes a difference. So that's what I got today, guys, for the safety of crypto, is just kind of knowing what your risk aversion, risk tolerance is, right? Because I have a mix of everything. But I will take a 3x every day of the week, specifically on my larger cap cryptos for the most part. I've got exceptions, quant, but I'll take a 3x all day, or at least for partial of it. And maybe it's just removing let's say a third of my token. So now my initial investment's out and I'm in the clear and everything else is profit. Or moving some out into another safer crypto, or maybe a higher risk crypto that just hasn't moved yet. And maybe I think it can make a 15x, but I'll settle for a 5 or a 7, just to get out sooner. All right. So it's all part of game plan. So hopefully you guys, this helped you out to a certain extent of finding what is the safer ones to buy, specifically if you're new. Right? If you're new, or if you're getting into the market around now, I would, not financial advice, but also look at some of the higher market cap coins, some of the safer plays. And again, if you're in like your early 20s and you're like, I don't care what happens. Let's see if I hit the jackpot. Then I'm probably not talking to you in this case, but I'm closer to 40 than I am 30. And so I play very risk adverse compared to crypto, but I got my little random degenerate plays in there. That's, well, if it actually does anything, it's going to be great, but we'll find out and see. So let me know in the comments down below, what crypto do you have that you think is the safest? Do you have any that you're or just want to chill and talk about? Is there anything that you have that you thought was safe? Is not? Do you have a fun little high risk little play that's just sitting in there? Let me know down in the comments below. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Peace.